A very good morning in a heavy rain day. My name is Meena, HOD, Department of Computer Science, Yuvakshetra College, Palakkad, Kerala. Respected Director of Yuvakshetra College, Reverend Dr. Matthew George Varil, Assistant Director, Reverend Father Shaiju Pariyat, Principal, Dr. Tommy Anthony, Vice Principal, Reverend Dr. Lalu Olikal, today's resource person, Dr. Devrat, Advisor Dr. K. Veerakumar, Zonal Committee members Dr. A. Venkadeshan and Dr. A. Kanagaraj, academicians, research fellows, guests from industry, faculties, students, and my dear team. World Environment Day theme 2020 is Time for Nature, with a focus on its role in providing the essential infrastructure that support life on Earth and human development. With this thought, I cordially welcome you all to the fourth segment of National Webinar Creative Adaptation with Latest IT Trends, organized by Department of Computer Science, Yuvakshetra College. Now, I invite respected Assistant Director of Yuvakshetra College, Reverend Father Shaiju Pariyat, to address the gathering. Welcome you, Father.
The world is fast moving, and man is trying his best to get along with the world with all its trends and techniques. In this fast moving world, we have no time to sit back and relax even during this time of corona pandemic. I am happy that the Department of Computer Science, Yuvakshetra College, is conducting a national webinar on creative adaptation with the latest IT trends. Today, being the fourth day, the webinar is on automated hydroponics. Automated hydroponics system might be not so familiar for so many. Hydroponics is a method of cultivation where plants are grown in soilless media using water and nutrient mixture. The advantages of hydroponics method are many and it can be applied anywhere, even in non-agricultural lands. If this method is sufficiently encouraged and promoted, I'm sure it is going to be a booster for food production in the recent future. I hope and pray that today's webinar may enlighten many in this sector. I wish all the very best to Dr. Devrat, today's resource person, to the coordinators of the webinar, to the Department of Computer Science, and to all the participants of this webinar. Wish you all the best. Have a pleasant day. Thank you.
Thank you, Father, for your inspiring words. With an immense pleasure, I welcome Dr. Devrat, Assistant Professor of Electrical and Electronic Engineering, HMR Institute of Technology, Delhi. I welcome you, sir, to this webinar.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, yes.
Let me continue, sir. Yuvakshetra College is a campus affiliated to University of Calicut and awarded with the Best Green Campus in 2017. We promote nature-friendly activities and give awareness to the society through our Green Fan Club. Technology should always protect the nature and then the existence of life. Because of this vision, we selected today's topic, hydroponics, which is a mixture of technology as well as a service to protect the nature. For handling the session, I welcome you, sir, to the webinar to introduce yourself and then to lead the session. May this session inspire you to develop and support nature-friendly inventions. Welcome you, sir. Dr. Dev, sir, over to you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for this overwhelming and welcoming, grand welcoming for me. So, first of all, very good morning to all of you, to all the presenters and dignitaries, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to introduce this topic. Am I audible to everyone?
Audience, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. This I was wondering that will I be audible? Will my voice be clear to all of you or not? Because I think first of all I feel very sorry that this topic is may not be compatible with the computer science, but I think it is compatible to it is an interdisciplinary topic which can be which is very useful to all the people, either he or she from engineering branch, any branch of engineering, computer science, electrical, mechanical, civil, or agriculture, mainly the students from agriculture, or the student from any professional course, or any conventional, any classical course. This topic is very suitable, and this topic is very interesting. I think everybody will enjoy this today's session. I want this that you all should be interactive to this session. So thank you again for giving this opportunity. And first of all, and again, I'm very happy to see the college environment and your management, and the name of the college is very good. I feel this name very nice, Yuva Kshetra. So today, so now I am going to present automated hydroponics, as the sir has already introduced, the father has already introduced about the hydroponics. So I am going to present now. Is it visible to everyone?
Okay, sir. It's clear.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So, as the name already you know, automated hydroponics. Hydroponics, and as the ma'am has already introduced me, said, well, my name is Devvrat, and you can say Dr. Devvrat. I am working as an assistant professor in electrical and electronics engineering department in for HMR Institute of Technology and Management. It is in Delhi. So as I am born and brought up near to Delhi. It's at Haryana. So I am working here from the last 8 years. So why I have chosen this topic, besides an academician, I am also providing some consultancy for this hydroponics. So I must say that I am an hydroponic consultant. So I have made some topics. So first of all, I have started some hobby projects. Then I started working on the minor and major projects for engineering graduate and undergraduate students. And then I started then I started turnkey projects for for 1 acre land and 2 acre lands. So I will explain everything one by one, so everyone can start from their own home. If anybody doesn't have any kind of land available with it, so so he or she can start with their own home. So let's say, how will it start? So first of all, hydroponics is a technique of agriculture. We can say it's not a new technique, it's a modern technique. It's not a conventional method of agriculture. It is also an old method, but it is not using by everyone, because in India we can say that the 70% of the people are dependent on agriculture, and the 70 not only dependent, but also related to the agriculture. Either they are direct farmers, or they are vegetable vendors. They all are dependent on the agriculture. In India, still we have more lands to produce, to farm, to produce crops. But there are still some regions where our water is less, or water is salty, water scarce region, and there are drought. So where there are some situations, there are some critical situations, we can use this method, hydroponics. So let's start. This will be the agenda of my presentation. executive summary, what is exactly hydroponics is, how will it be implemented, and how is it implemented yet. Automation, what is the automation in hydroponics, how we can use the application of automation to produce more vegetables, to produce more crops in the hydroponics, and what is the current scenario in India of the hydroponics, and what is the viability and the commercial viability, and how can I help. So if anyone if I must say that I should say that if anyone not able to hear me or the voice is breaking, please let me know. Ma'am, it is your responsibility. I think it is your duty. If I am not able, if my voice is not clear to any point, please let me know.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Any problem, sir?
No problem. Just I want to check that is everything is fine.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the screen. You can see the first name is that what does a plant need to grow. Everyone, we are seeing from the class we are school days that a plant needs sunlight or nutrients and nutrients are like there are some nutrients. I will later explain that what kind of nutrients are required for a plant. So you in the screen you can see that the nutrients are either coming from the water side or coming from the soil side, and the sunlight is everywhere, and the sunlight is much and the sunlight is needed. So several studies has been done, and it has been proved that there is no requirement of soil to produce crops. So soil is just a medium to provide nutrients to the plants. If we don't use soil, and if we directly give nutrients in the water, so the water can be so the plants can be grown, and the plant will be grown much more better. So water is as good as a medium, as good a medium as the soil is. So this is the executive summary. First of all, we will discuss the issuing facing. What are the issues we are facing in current scenario? So today's Indian farmers are face the following changes. First of all, the drought conditions and unpredictable weather. Drought conditions are more. I think in your state the drought is very. We can always. This is the. I think this is also the season where the drought is in many cities. So earlier in the news we saw that the Kerala is having in the last year the Kerala were having very drought conditions. So drought conditions and unpredictable weather, it can be in every part, except there are some North Indian parts, some North Indian states where the drought condition is but mainly cities, but in many cities like in northeast, Sikkim, Assam, and even in the South Indian states, drought is everywhere. Rising temperatures because of the global warming, we can say the temperature is rising every year. So this is again an unpredictable situation. And polluted water system because all the agriculture, all the conventional agriculture are based on some rivers, but rivers are getting polluted because of the industrial waste or many reasons. So this is again because the plants need fresh and clean water. Not fresh, but plants need clean water. And hydroponics, in the technique of hydroponics, we are giving the plants clean water. So lack of irrigation. There is a problem of irrigation because in India, different states use different methods of irrigation. Some use tube well, some use drip irrigation, some use rivers, canals, and some use other methods. So poor water management. This is the main reason of the poor water management, because the rice, the crop of rice needs some more water, but somehow the farmers give less water, and somehow it is seen that the farmers give more and more water, which is not needed by the plant, which is not needed by the crop, and the crop may be wasted. So this this water management must be understandable. And the last, undernourished or overnourished crop. So because of these situations, the crops may be undernourished or overnourished, which is again a issue. So the solution, the need of the solution what is that you can read the India today needs food security, which entails that all people.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Sorry, ma'am.
Can you make your presentation as a slideshow?
Slideshow, ma'am. Yes, it is being slided.
Okay, okay, sir.
It is a slideshow, ma'am.
Slideshow.
Anything?
Ah.
Should I continue or you
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. So actually it is an executive summary. This slide will take much time as compared to the other slides. Other slides will not take as much time. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So this is the solution that lack of water for agriculture leads to the production of lesser foods. Obviously, if there is a water lacking problem, the lesser foods will be produced, which means more hunger and more malnutrition. So we are going to technology in agriculture that can contribute towards water saving and have a positive impact on food production and availability. I must say that because of by using the hydroponics techniques, we can save the water to by 1/10 of as compared to the conventional methods. So let's say introduction to hydroponics. Hydroponics is one methodology, as the father has already said. It is a soil-less cultivation, or you can say the water working. Hydroponics, it is made by two words: hydro plus ponics. In hydro means we all know it is related to water, and ponics means labor. Ponics means it's a Latin word, so ponics means generally labor. So it is a method of growing plants without soil, with using nutrient solutions, or you can say nutrient solutions. We are providing nutrient solutions directly to the water without soil. So this is not a new technique. I must say this is not a new technique. This is a modern technique. This is a technique which is not aware, that everyone is not aware of this techniques. But the earliest published work, you can even see that in the internet, that this earlier published work was in 1627, book Livas Livarium by Francis Bacon. So this is a little bit of hydroponics, and the advantages will be, as I have already told, that no soil is needed. So the pesticides will not be required for because we are not using any soil. The water stays in the system and can be used. Same water can be recycled and reused. So it is possible to control the nutrition level accurately by measuring with the help of some pH sensors. I will tell that which type of transducer and sensors we are needing in this techniques. So by using these sensors, we can control the nutrition level, that how much nutrition will be given or not. It is stable and provides high yields, hence economically viable. It is very much economically viable. Pest and disease, because we are not using any soil, so pest and disease are not. So ease of harvesting and better for consumptions. So this was all about the executive summary. Again, my presentation, the upcoming my presentation will be will you aware of the make aware of the hydroponics, what are the advantages, implementation, how will be implemented, and the commercial viability. So first of all, hydroponics, again a little more introduction. So just a brief, only brief. I will not take much time. So plants can be grown. I have already told that plants can be grown in plain nutrient solutions on a sterile substrates. Therefore, micro-free. There will be no any pests and diseases. And the hydroponics uses as less than 1/10 to 1/5 of the water used in soil cultivation. It saves lots of water. So no weeds to deal with, less space, higher yields. So you can see this diagram. This technique is a nutrient film technique. This is a tilted mechanism. This is a tilted anchored mechanism. The crops are fitted here. The crops are inserted here. This is plant sampling. Actually, the plants first the plants are germinated from another with the help of any another mediums, and then placed in this samplings. So nutrient rich water, this the water here is a water, there is a water pump water pump is being used to recycle the water. Water is being recycled. This is air stone. So this is the actual picture of the vegetables which are grown from simple hydroponics. No need of which require no need of automation. Simple hydroponics. So these are the types of hydroponics that these can be used. So this is the static solution culture, continuous flow culture. I think it is not much need to explain. This is the main and most methods which are using now. It is recycled and recirculating method, as I earlier told. This is a nutrient film technique. Actually, this is a film. We can say this is a film, and the nutrients are placed inside the bed of water. So this method is most. Hello. Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Sir, am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
Okay, sir, can you zoom out your screen, please? At the bottom right side, you have a minus and plus sign. So please move that button to plus.
Okay. Sorry. I forgot. Is this fine?
No, little bit.
Is it fine, ma'am?
Okay, sir. Thank you
Sorry,
so much.
I'm extremely sorry. I forgot to F5. Okay.
That's why I reminded you earlier.
Okay, ma'am. So
Thank you,
this
thank you.
actually, as I have already told, that the soil is not needed. But before putting the crops, before putting the plant samples into the film, into the pipe, we need to grow the seeds. So we need to germinate the seeds. So both germination of seeds, these can be the mediums. Generally we used cocoa powder, the nariyal, the coconut, you can say, the nariyal, the rice hulls, expanded clay, aggregate sands, grow stones, gravel. The seeds can be inserted in this, and after 6 or 7 days the seeds are germinated, and we can put out the germinated seeds and put into the pipe, or you can say nutrient film. So these are again the nutrient film technique. As I told you, that this is the latest hydroponic technique, wherein a very shallow stream, you can say, there is a shallow stream of water containing all the dissolved nutrients. Here the nutrients are dissolved here. For plant growth is recirculated past the bare roots. These are the roots of the plants in a water-light gully. That's the channels. We say this is a channel. The depth of the recirculating stream should be very shallow and little more than a film of water. That's why we call it as a nutrient film technique. So I think this must be used. This should be used for the hydroponics technique. So this is again ebb and flow, which is an obsolete technique, not being used right now. Again, these are some techniques where there is a drip this is a method of actually irrigation, drip irrigation. Deep water culture is an extension, nutrient film technique is an extension of deep water culture technique. If you search something, you will see that the DWC is called as NFT. NFT is nutrient film technique, and DWC deep water culture. So first of all, we will so later on, so now we will study about the benefits or advantages of hydroponic cultivation. Mainly two type of advantages are of the hydroponic techniques, or you can say soil-less cultivation of plants. First, the hydroponics plants may potentially produce much higher crop yields, much higher. I will show the results. Even hydroponics can be used in places, and the second one is thing where in-ground agriculture or gardening are not possible. So hydroponics can be used there also. So first of land, we will say about the land benefits. We are talking about the benefits, and we will talk about in terms of lands, labor, nutrition, disease, and water. So land, water, greater control on environment. Yields are predictable and budgeting is easier because environment, because it is a greenhouse. It is a greenhouse project, or you can say closed system. So closed system. So there is no fear of unpredictable weather even. So yields are predictable. We will know, and the predictable, and budgeting is easier. I will tell you the how the budget will be formulated for this kind of hydroponic plants. And nutritions, we know that the tailor actually the nutritions are easily available in the market. We can use that tailored macro and micronutrients to humans, even distributions also. So water effective recycle, resulting reduced water usage, because the same water is being reused again. We are not using any kind of soils, so reduced fungal disease, later exposure to the moisture, and the labor very less labor will be used, because the digging and weeding only. The labor it's used for only the digging and when we are germinating the seeds. So secondary benefits are this is an actual picture of any greenhouse project. These are the lettuce. We can see the lettuce are easily and first crop which were used in hydroponics. So plants are protected from UV radiations, and there is a greenhouse, offers safe biological control of insects. No fear of any insects and pests. Water is used effectively, and allow nutrients to be reclaimed, rebalanced, and reused. As I told you, the water is reused again and again. Can be protected for unpredictable weather patterns, as I already told. Have a good root system that is not risk from contaminants and diseases. Make efficient use of labor, which is increasingly expensive. Produce outstanding crops by using optimum nutrient formulation. Production is in off season is possible, because when the market prices is highest. So these are the secondary benefits. So actually these are the sample yield numbers, which is actually it is a comparison between soil less and hydroponic agriculture. It is per acre. You all know what acre is. So first of all, lettuce if we do by the conventional methods, so in 1 acre we can only produce 9 to 10 tons, but in hydroponic agriculture we can produce 300 to 400 tons. Strawberries 20 to 25, 50, even cucumber 15 to 20, and with the use of hydroponic we are getting 200. Tomato is a very good crop, and it takes half time. It takes less time as compared to the soil produced. So in 10 to 12 and 180 to 200. Bell pepper, potato, and cabbage. These are the actually produced crops which I have produced with the help of hydroponics. So I have compared these all. So these are the market takers who can use the hydroponic plants: retail chains, private investors, hotel chains, because some use organics. So these all can be the. This is the global outlook. Actually, I think it is not needed here, so I'll skip this. I'll share all the PPTs. You can see. So and now I see how is it implemented. Resource. First of all, what kind of resources we are needed. First of all, land. If we are talking about the land is needed, if we are talking about at big level or acre level, if we are using, so greenhouse, water source, we need water source. First of at what time water is needed? Only once. Container system. This is the container system with air pump. Air pump is you can see this is the air pump, and container system is the samples are placed. Seedlings. These seedlings will be placed in this container. Nutrients, people, customers, standards, and laws. These actually are the hydroponic commercially. As I have already told, this is the commercial. So these are the plants. These are the actual pictures. Actually, tomatoes, lettuce, bell pepper, cucumber, onion, potato, water lemon, and strawberries. And these are the pictures in India only, not from these are those pictures which I have consulted, which I have given consultancy to the persons. So nutrient solutions, these are the type of nutrient solutions. These are the ready-made nutrient solutions which are easily available in the market. Actually, there are 17 type of nutrients required for the hydroponic cultivation, which are again divided into macronutrients and micronutrients, and again macro divided primary and secondary, and micro again fertilizers and non-fertilizers. These are basically needed for the for who are the botanical persons and who are actually research persons. Actually, this is the plant growth of a this is the first and foremost project of my this is my first and foremost project. It is just a hobby project I did. This is I used tomato plants, so I used cocoa powders. So the seeds are germinated here, and after the germination I put these plants these samplings into the pipes. Pipes are made of the water bottles. So these are actual pictures of my first plants. So these are the water usage for hydroponic tomato plant. First water 1 liter and blossom these are the actually stages. For 15 days we are giving 200 to 300 ml. For 15 days fruiting stage, and the last one is harvesting stage. These are again stages of tomato growth. So it takes only 4 to 5 days for germination, and after germination transplanting 12 to 15 days, first flower 6 to 8 weeks, and additional clusters every 7 to 10 days after first cluster, and ready to harvest after 6 to 9 weeks. So in total it takes 3 months tomato hydroponic crops 3 months and in soil cultivation it takes 4 months. So 1 month is already saved. Actually, this is the automated hydroponic system of block diagram. So here block diagram is, we can say that these kind of sensors we will be using if we are using automation. If we are not using automation, there no need of sensors. Still we will use some 2 sensors only. Then you will use only 2 sensors, pH sensor and electrical conductivity sensors for measuring nutrient level. So lightning again, because we are using greenhouse system, so lightning is provided. There is a microcontroller. You can use any type of microcontroller, but I have only used till now Arduino microcontroller. It is cheap and easily understandable by everyone. And NFT system, nutrient film technique, pump water control, nutrient dispersal system, plant database, notification interface. This plant database can be on web or can be on mobile and Android app. So these are the system requirements. This is only related to the tomato plant. pH control, pH, we can say the pressure potential of hydrogen. So it is relatively 5.8 to 6.4. It should be slightly acidic. Electrical conductivity range for every kind of crop, it is less than 4, 1.2 to 3.4. Lightning, this kind of lightning we can be used. Temperature, environmental control 20 to 30 degree. Relative humidity 50 to 60% in winters, and in humans it should be less than 50%. So these are the actual pictures of my first kind of project. So this is all about the programming part, that how the programming has been done. This may be related to the computer science project. This was actually a project only, which I used as a hobby. pH sensors. Actually, I have made a pH sensor based on this circuit diagram. So this is all about the pH sensors. A pH sensor I have made pH sensors by using 2 kind of electrodes, ion selective electrodes. So an electrical so I used an electrical connector, was introduced in a PVC tube, polyvinyl tube, and electrical connection is direct contact with epoxy graphite transducer state, which is used to increase the electrical level. So this is the diagram which we used. Actually, this is some technical thing. This is again electrical conductivity sensors. Conductivity measurement. This is again diagram. This actually is a mixture of nutrient solutions. Actually, this will be helpful if we if anyone works. This will be helpful at that time. Anyone works or some research purposes only. I'm skipping these actually. So actually these are the again criteria for mixing plant nutrient. If EC stands for electrical conductivity, if electrical conductivity is less than 1, because it is not required, it is required to 1.2 to 3. So if it is less than 1, so we have to mix 1 liter of water to 15 ml of A and B nutrients. So this will be the ratio again. If it is in the range of this. So these are the actually these are the tasks which we have to do if we are having electrical conductivity in this range. Again, this is water level sensors. I have used water level sensors. So these are the time and information. If at 9 a.m. and the temperature was this and height was 0, the sensor can detect the water tank is empty and pump needs to fill the water. So these actually are the information. Lightning, which kind of lightning we are used? High pressure sodium, metal halide, fluorescent. I have earlier I have made I have also installed made an Android app. So in Android app I can see directly the readings of pH sensors, moisture sensor, and water level sensor, temperature sensors. So these are the snapshots of that Android app. This is the light, water temperature, air temperature, pH sensors. So this was all about the pictures from my first project. So these are the implementation process. Implementation process is life cycle is clear. First of all, we will plan, design, procure, implement, and then sustain. As in every process. No. Implementation process detail. Land. Plan. First of all, we identify land, which kind of land we require. Design, if blueprint is designed, procure greenhouse equipment, we will set up a greenhouse, and maintain. Again, water, identify water source. If we have to use any tube well, water pump, same are those things. Pumps and generators, we have to install pumps also, pumps and generators, container systems. Size, we have to determine the size, procure the components, install components, and then maintain. Seeds, identify plants and nursery. Get sampling, we have to get the sampling, transfer sampling, and growth. This is all about seeds. Fertilizers, which kind of fertilizers are needed for fertilizers are different for different crops. So fertilizers are means nutrients only. Identify quantity, which kind of what quantity will be given, and initial amounts, and add as per required. Manpower is only needed when the plants are germinated, to put the plant and digging. So this is so next is hydroponics in India. So opportunity in India, first of all, development in India. Production and labor costs in developed countries are increasing, thereby need to import high quality cheaper produce is increasing. India has rich climate conditions, positive positioning as favorable to market produce. So labor cost in India as well as input makes India as an ideal destination for food outsourcing. Still there are some good positive parts, but still people are not using. People are more related to conventional farming. So marketing channels, again marketing channels are these wholesale channels, retail channels, supermarket chains. These can be the market channels. Outside India, we can send outside India again. So again, these are the catalysts for hydroponic farming in India. Big growth markets, low cost of labor, access to technology, knowledge. Once the knowledge is acquired, everyone can use the hydroponic. Little knowledge is sufficient for starting in hydroponic farming. I have even done a SWOT analysis of hydroponics. So strengths, what can be the strengths? Makes any land with water source useful for productions, any kind of land. high yields from lesser space, produce can get premium prices even, because organic these will be the organic, so people will give premium prices. Less labor means lesser costs, effective IPM possible. And Sivaji's strength, weaknesses is this: no industry association or bodies in hydroponics yet, because industries and not complete not associated with. High capex means capability, complexity, still there is a complexity in the starting stage, needs more diligence, and cannot compete with soil grown produce, no delegated standards and laws in India. Still there are no laws related to the hydroponics in India, but in some cities like Malaysia, Indonesia, there are laws also available. And opportunities: brand, package, sell, produce as clean, healthy and unique, creation of more growth products such as gingers, saffron, turmeric, gaining good traction in India and can be raised to sell very good markets with high returns. And again, threats: must not compete on price but on quality, because people will say that this is a very costly, so but they must say in starting in the quality. Perceptions that hydroponics is unnatural. It is not unnatural, it is natural actually. Certain soil grown produce are being marketed vigorously and may be a threat to hydroponic produce. Yes. Inconsistently supply arrangement can ruin market intake. If we because supply must be regular. So this is a SWOT analysis. Am I audible, or any connection has been breaked?
Yes, sir, audible.
Oh, sorry. Am I too fast? No, sorry. I'll try to explain everything. Okay. So I'll explain now the commercial viability. I was too fast because the previous slides were technically related to a small projects only. So here I am about to discuss the hydroponics as a commercial platform. Sorry. Cost buckets, as already noted, what kind of requirement are we having? Land, any kind of land, if it is available, it is sufficient. Greenhouse, we have to make a greenhouse. Soil preparation is for only the land soil preparation only for the putting the drips, you can say the drip system, the containers only. And this is the mulching sheets. Mulching sheets is is used for putting this containers. Project consultancy, these are the capital cost for if anyone starts, and these are the operational costs. Poly bags, cocoa beer is used for germination of plants, and drizzling caps is used for digging, nutrients, seed samplings, and this is electricity is required. Revenue flow. So revenue flow I'll explain in 3 steps. When land is owned, if land is if I have a land, if I don't have any, if land is bought, and if land is leased. So one by one and explain. So these are 4 issues, you can say: capital costs, operational costs, revenue maps, and revenue. So this is per acre. If it is as per the commercial viabilities I have already told. If anyone starts with any hobby projects, he or she can start with very low costs. So assuming land, here we are assuming land is currently owned by the owner, and the capital cost as per required. So if we have owned our land, so there is the cost of land is 0. Cost of greenhouse approximately it is 15, minimum to 15, and 15 to 19 lakhs. Drip irrigation, is again, if we require drip irrigation, again, if there are some there are only some crops where drip irrigation is required. If anyone is not required drip irrigation, so this cost again will be reduced. Soil preparation can be reduced even. So this is very this project actually this slides are used for any in consultancy projects only. Consultancy is for the high person, the big, you can say the very big consultancies. So this amount is for those only. Project consultancies is, so grant approximately is 30 lakhs or even less. So it is for capital cost. Operational costs will be like 9 lakhs approximate. Again for poly bags, cocoa beer. Cocoa beer can be very cheap again. Trellising and clips, and nutrients and cropping cycle. This is all about, this is related with the included with the salary. So these are the revenue maps. So the yellow stands for revenue, and this color for costs, and green color for profits. So this is the revenues, assuming tomato growth for per year. This is cost for a per year per acre. This as I have already, I should also say you, this greenhouse is only made once, and this same can be reused and reused for another type of crops only. So if we are using if we are using 3 months for a tomato, again for 3 to 4 or 4 months we can use for another kind of crops. So the same greenhouse can be used for a different type of crops. So number of yields per year, 2 yields is the maximum, but we can again take to more than 2. It can be 4. Price per kg sold in the market 20 kg. So based, you can even reduce or high. Total calculation is this only. So grand total is 33.5 lakhs. So equated profit is about 19 lakhs per year. So we can save 19 lakhs per year if land is owned by us. If land is bought, depends on the how much land, land price. Again, same every costs are all costs are same, but only the brought land. So here we can yield we can profit about 15 lakhs per year. And if the land is leased, if the land is leased, we can almost 1.5 lakhs increased. The profit will be increased 1.5 lakhs. So this is the capital. This is the actually revenue flow. So these can be the reasons, because people are generally install, but some got failure. These are the reasons why they got failures, because venture is not established in a realistic economic framework like manageable loan repayments, cash flow. This is the biggest reason. Selection of crops, selection of system, which kind of systems we are using, crops we are using, because if tomatoes, sometimes it happens that the in the soil cultivation, the same crops are brought less, are being purchased, are being sold very less prices compared to the selection of crop must be done accurately. Crop production management inadequate. Management if inadequate, yield and quality did not meet budget projections, lack of diligence, because it must be, this projects need devotion. Non-adherence for growing product protocols, if we are not using the if we are not going to according to the protocols. Insufficient attention. Marketing is necessary. Incorrect pricing, again, product not tailored as per demand. So these are the critical matters. And profitability is linked to, if profitability is linked to production scale, increasing returns to increasing size, ability to supply promised amount with quality and consistency, and capacity to value and fix and exploit a unique and high return value market. So these are some reasons of failure. So how can I help is this only that I can provide the consultancy. I'm not here to advertise myself. I'm just I just tell that I can even help to every person who are using over on plants. If anyone is owned a land and he or she wants to start a business, or if anyone starts a hobby project, or if anyone starts a computer science engineering students want to start any kind of projects, their college projects. So I can help And if your college even want to install such kind of system, then I'm already happy to help, and I will be very happy to help. So this is only that I am helping. I help the persons to for turnkey commercial hydroponics, soilless greenhouse systems for fruit, vegetables, herb, aromatic, and medical plants. I should suggest everyone that we must go for herbs, aromatic, and medical plants, and consultancy for even hydroponics, soilless cultivation, feasibility studies, and project reports. Training in basics of commercial hydroponics, setting up broad acre hydroponics, soilless food parks with all facilities. Support supplies of backyard greenhouse system, supplies of greenhouse hydroponic nutrients, and soilless substrates. Soilless substrates like these are easily available, and nutrient supplies are easily available in the market. So everyone can go and purchase seeds. Everyone go and purchase. There is no need of even consultancy. But consultancy is needed when we are doing a turnkey projects, big projects. So supply of testing equipments, there's pH, TDS, electrical conductivity, temperature probes. These are needed equipments. Only pH sensors is a little much costly. Otherwise, all sensors are not costly. It are under 500, 1000 rates. pH sensor is around 4000. So these are all about. And I must say thank you. And if anyone wants to know the previous slides, I can again explain these all parts, or any questions, I'll happy to answer you. So thank you, and Jai Hind.
Okay, sir. Participants, if you have any queries, you can raise now.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please.
In hydroponic system, is it possible to do the agriculture as well as fishing also?
So I'm not able to... Please come again. Or you can write your question. If you can, please. I should suggest you please write your questions in chat box.
Sure. Yeah, I will write. I will ask one more. In hydroponic system, is it possible to do the agriculture as well as fishing?
You are asking about that. Actually, this technique is known as aquaponics. In aquaponics, the fishing, fish there is in aquaponics techniques, and in the water where the water is recycled and recirculated, the fishes are stays here. That actually fish culture. Fishes are stays here, and in upper part our crops are being cropped, being formulated. So this is actually possible, and this is being happened even in India also. This is called aquaponics actually.
Okay, sir.
How the pollination of plants are done. Fish culture. Pollination of plants are done because we use the we measure the nutrient level. We measure the nutrient level with the help of electrical conductivity sensors. So the required we provides those kind of nutrients only to the water, which is not harmful to the fishes and not harmful to the and fruitful to the crops. So this pollination are done with the help of controllers and sensors. You can personally email or message or WhatsApp your questions and later also. So I'll be very happy to answer everyone's questions. I'll share my contact details. So if anyone is not able to ask anything here, he or she can ask me in later also. I can share these presentations. No need to no issue, and I will share all the related stuffs I have. I have again some more pictures and videos I have not shared here, but I'll share if anybody wants.
Sir, can you share your email ID in the chat box also?
Yes, ma'am. I can share in chat box. I am just writing here.
Okay, okay, sir. So audience, if you have any doubts, please raise.
And this is my number.
Okay, sir.
I feel I am sorry for this, that because the audiences, I think the audiences are from the mostly the South India, and I am from, and being of the North India, because the accent, maybe the accent problem. So if I actually I need your feedback whether I was clearly audible to everyone, clearly understandable to everyone or not.
Yes, sir. It's very clear.
Okay.
Topic is very
Okay.
clear and
Okay. Because
informative.
I was fearing this. I was fearing for this because this is the first time when I'm presenting the audiences majorly from the South India. So I was wondering this.
No, sir. No, sir. We can manage everything. That's the specialty of South Indians. No worries.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, audience. Is there any questions? I think there is no questions from the audience. Okay, shall we conclude the session? So, hope you enjoying the session very well. And please raise if any questions or contact directly Dr. Dev. We will provide the material after the 5-day session to all of you for the registered candidates. So thanks once again for all of you, especially Dr. Devrath and all the participants. Then tomorrow we have the session, final session about big data and social analytics by Dr. B. Kalpana. Hope you all will join. Hope you all will join tomorrow. And for concluding today's session, I call upon the program coordinator, Ms. Raji N., Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Now it is audible.
Good afternoon, all. Respected Director of Yakshetra College, Reverend Dr. Matthew George Varil, Principal Dr. Tommy Anthony, Vice Principal Reverend Dr. Lalu Ulikil, Assistant Director Father Shaiju Pariyat, today's resource person, Professor Dr. Devarath, and today's resource person, Professor Dr. Devarath, and Advisor Dr. K. Veerakumar, Zonal Committee members Dr. A. Venkadeshan and Dr. A. Kanagaraj, HOD Ms. Meena Josh Komban, and all faculties, resource scholars, participants, and students. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. First and foremost, I thank our resource person, Professor Dr. Devarath. Thank you, sir, for the interesting and highly informative speech.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I extend my sincere thanks to Advisor Dr. K. Veerakumar, Zonal Committee members Dr. A. Venkadeshan and Dr. A. Kanagaraj, sir, for enormous cooperation and support for this webinar. I mention my deep sense of gratitude to the Yakshetra College management, our Director, Reverend Dr. Matthew George Varil, Principal Dr. Tommy Anthony, sir, Vice Principal Reverend Dr. Lalu Ulikil, Assistant Director of Yakshetra College, Reverend Father Shaiju Pariyat, for the encouragement and support provided. I would like to thank our beloved HOD, Ms. Meena Josh Komban, Department and the faculties, technical team for the motivation and guidance. I thank all participants for your cooperation in making this webinar a success. I thank all for your valuable participation. Once again, I am thanking you, each and everyone, on behalf of Department of Computer Science and Yakshetra College. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
You are not audible, ma'am.
Thank you once again to all of you, especially Ms. Raji and Ms. Dr. Devrat for giving such an informative session. And see you all once again tomorrow for the last session, segment 5. Okay, once again, please remember the time. It will be in the afternoon, 2 to 3. Okay. So this is the end of the day. End of the session. Thank you. Thank you once again. Please
Thank you.
mention your name, your designation, and your email ID. And if you have any feedbacks, please write this feedback, mention or comment your feedback. Here it's in the chat box. Thank you.